Can you believe this is the exact vocal chain Chris Brown uses?
Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in, I lose myself, I lose myself. History repeating, the people I keep meeting, I know them well, I know them well.
Here's a version replicated using only Waves plugins.
Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in.
And surprisingly, here are the results replicated with the stock plugins.
Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in.
Not only will I show you the background processing of his vocal chain, but I've also replicated it for all major DAWs. You can see the results at the end of the video and download them via the link in the description. Stay with me. The first step in Teezio's vocal chain is surgical EQ. As highlighted in previous videos, addressing problematic frequencies helps other plugins, like compressors, perform more effectively. You want to eliminate these issues before applying further processing. Start with a low-cut filter to remove frequencies below 80 Hz. Adjust this filter based on the vocal's character and performance. For male vocals, a cut around 80 to 100 Hz often works well, while for female vocals, you might go as high as 300 to 400 Hz.
Through the same things, the circles that I dance in, I lose myself, I lose myself.
Next, use a sharp Q to reduce problematic frequencies. Teezio uses FabFilter Pro Q3 for this, but any EQ can be effective. The number of EQ bands you use will depend on the specific vocal characteristics, so tailor your approach to the individual track. Just keep the overall concept in mind, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any new videos. Similar to Baines, Teezio employs a Pultec style EQ before any compression to enhance high frequencies around 10K. However, the amount of boost needed can vary based on the track's key and the vocal's characteristics.
Going through the same things, going through the same things, going through the same things.
For instance, if the singer hits high notes, you might need less boost in this range since the vocal already has plenty of high frequency content. Start by boosting 1 to 3 decibels at 10K, and if needed, also explore 12K and 16K. Adjust the boost based on the vocal's specific needs and keep the bandwidth set to 0. While Pultec style EQs typically have a wider Q than modern parametric EQs, this is generally acceptable, since you've already addressed problematic frequencies earlier in the chain. The vocal should be clearer, which means you'll likely need less boosting overall. Load an instance of the 1176 compressor with the settings shown. When processing vocals, many engineers prefer the Silverface model due to its smoother, more transparent compression and cleaner tone.
Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in.
This makes it ideal for preserving clarity in vocals and acoustic instruments. In contrast, the Blackface 1176 is known for its aggressive, punchy sound and gritty colored tone from its Class A circuitry.
Going through the same things, going through the same things.
Which is great for adding character to drums and bass. Set the compressor to aim for around 3 dB of gain reduction. By the way, this premium vocal chain is available for download, compatible with Pro Tools, Logic Pro, Cubase, Studio One, and Ableton Live. Plus, I've replicated the settings with Waves-only plugins and even stock plugins to capture the essence of Chris Brown's vocal chain. Check the description for the link. With most of the corrective EQ and compression applied, it's time to shape the vocals with another EQ. Teezio uses Isotope Neutron EQ for this stage, which is currently available for free. Find the download link in our private Telegram community.
going through the same things, the circles that I dance in, I lose myself.
In this step, we'll adjust some frequencies in the mid-range and high frequencies. Tailor these adjustments based on the specific vocal characteristics. Any EQ can achieve the desired effect, so use what works best for your mix. Next, use Waves RVox to bring the vocals forward in the mix. While it's common to heavily compress with RVox, Teezio typically aims for just 2 dB of gain reduction or even less. This subtle compression ensures the vocals remain prominent and clear.
Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in, I lose myself.
Remember, we've already addressed peak control with the 1176 in the previous stage, and now RVox helps to smooth out the vocals. Load an instance of FabFilter Pro DS with the displayed settings and aim for a maximum of 5 decibels of gain reduction to effectively manage sibilance without overly compromising the natural quality of the vocal track.
Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in,
This approach helps in controlling harsh sibilant sounds while maintaining a smooth and balanced overall tone. Open an instance of Soothe 2 with the displayed settings. This will allow you to apply dynamic resonance suppression to your audio track, effectively reducing harsh frequencies and smoothing out the overall sound.
going through the same things, the circles that I dance in, the people I keep meeting.
The chosen settings ensure that the plugin targets problematic areas without overly affecting the tonal balance, resulting in a cleaner and more polished mix. Whether you're working on vocals, instruments, or the full mix, these settings help maintain clarity and prevent frequency buildup, enhancing the natural quality of your audio. Set the compressor to aim for a maximum of 5 decibels of gain reduction.
The people I keep meeting, I know them well.
The fast attack setting ensures that the compressor responds quickly to incoming signals, controlling transient peaks without allowing them to distort the mix. The medium release allows the compressor to recover at a moderate rate, preventing excessive pumping while still smoothing out the dynamics. Load an instance of Kirchhoff EQ and reduce the remaining problematic resonance. Again, this could have been done with any other EQ. The first bus would be Seventh Heaven Reverb. The Seventh Heaven Reverb plugin is a high-quality reverb effect plugin developed by Liquid Sonics. It's renowned for its advanced algorithmic reverberation capabilities that aim to recreate the lush, immersive sound of classic hardware reverbs and acoustic spaces. Simply create a new bus and open an instance of Seventh Heaven Reverb and choose Space 1 for this option, and set the other parameters to the North Church preset. Also, set the decay to 2.5. This is the exact preset that Teezio uses in his mixing template for vocals.
Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in, I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in.
As he discussed, this is one of the tricks to make you feel the vocal sound wider. While the main focus for the vocal is in the middle, this slapback delay bleeds subtle stereo information from the left and right speakers to make it sound wider.
Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in, I lose myself. I lose myself. History repeating.
It's not audible that much. You feel it rather than hearing it. Open an instance of Waves H delay, set the rate to 8th note, and feedback to this. After that, turn on the ping pong button. The ping pong button is a feature that creates a stereo delay effect by bouncing the delayed signal back and forth between the left and right channels. When you activate the ping pong mode, the delay repeats alternate between the left and right channels, creating a sense of movement and width in the stereo field. Then do low cut and high cut so it won't conflict with the main signal. Now let's listen to it.
Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself, I lose myself.
Before we dive into the results from the Waves-only version and the stock plugin versions for all major DAWs, let's review two important notes. 1. In this vocal chain, Teezio has made subtle adjustments to shape the vocals, avoiding drastic changes. Compression is applied in 3 stages, collectively achieving around 10 dB of gain reduction. Using a single compressor for this level of reduction could push it beyond its optimal range, potentially squashing the vocals. Similarly, the EQ adjustments have been made with precision to prevent excessive processing and maintain the vocal's natural quality. 2. Depending on the key of the track, you may need to adjust the vocal EQ settings for different sections of the music. For example, during the chorus, higher pitched notes can alter the vocal frequency spectrum, potentially requiring EQ adjustments to ensure the vocals blend well in the mix. If the vocals stay within a similar frequency range throughout the track, individual EQ adjustments for each section might not be necessary. A consistent vocal range allows for a more uniform EQ approach, simplifying the mixing process and maintaining a cohesive sound throughout the track.
Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, the circles that I dance in. I lose myself. Going through the same things, The circles that I dance in, I lose myself. Going through the same things. The circles that I dance in, I lose myself. Going through the same things. The circles that I dance in, I lose myself. Going through the same things. The circles that I dance in, I lose myself.